Hello, welcome everyone from the YouTube era, whatever. This is going to be a Brisbane video, but I had this moment in this Giuseppe Verde game that I just wanted to highlight because this Brisbane has its downfalls, right? And we're going to see that, we're going to demonstrate with this video here. One, pops up at broadside coming into this A-cap. And we just annihilate him with our AP shells with 3 Citadel hits and then a devastating strike there. So I wanted to put this caveat in the beginning of the game. I'm sure I'll add that to another devastating strike compilation at some point. But yeah, so if you don't see if you haven't seen my previous devastating strike compilation we've done, it's volume 1. It's out there, right? So there's all sorts of moments like that. That we've had in game, right, where we've just had some either fun moments or great kills or whatever. But so now we are going to be on the hopefully not the receiving end, but we are going to rock the Brisbane, right? So we've got this. I put on this. This is like the pirate camouflage. I made a permanent one out of this. Just because that was somewhat of a recent event, right? So, but yeah, so if you like the Minotaur, my last video, we compared the Brisbane to the Minotaur quite a bit, right? The sort of, you can get wiped out pretty easily, right? Especially if you're broadside by AP shells. But then of course, the biggest drawback in comparison to the Minotaur is you don't get smoke screen. So you do get radar, but yeah, you really do have to find cover to shoot over. Yeah. And so that's what I try to do at the beginning of this game. I'm always this island cover back here is so far in the back of the map, it's hard to actually get good use out of it, right? You almost need people to press in to be, into the B hole here in order to actually make use of it, right? So we don't stay here long. We're gonna end up having to move to actually make ourselves useful. Otherwise, you're sitting back here and you're not using your guns, which means you're basically a useless ship, right? But yeah, so I wanted to get one more Brisbane video out here before the end of the campaign, right? So this week is the last week. If you're watching this, this video day of release, right, at least. This week is the last video for this campaign, as well as the winter event. So if you're going for trying to get the Analt or the Ohio, and you're collecting ice crowns or whatever the winter currency currently is, this week's your last week for that, right? So we've got through Sunday, right? So let's see if we can hit this Worcester. I don't think so though. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, if you're looking to get the Brisbane, you need to finish the campaign this week, and then of course you'll have to spend some doubloons to get the Admiralty back in to get the ship. But if you are trying to get the winter currency to buy anything with the winter currency, the campaign does give you, I think, 4,500 if you complete it, right? So, and then buy Admiralty backing. So that is worth doing if you're interested in any of the winter items, like any of the Commander Geises. And then there's, a few ships out there at various levels. So some of them you can get for free. I did buy the Jura, the Tier 5 Destroyer. So I have a video out there on that if you're interested. But yeah, if you're going for the Ohio, I think you will have to spend some doubloons to kind of top your tanks off with the winter currency, right? So we're not having luck here, so we're gonna move out. And of course, we've got 2 ships that are moving into the middle on our team that aren't picking anything up for us to shoot. So I'm like, you know what, we gotta go. Otherwise, we're gonna just be sitting back here and we're gonna be completely useless, right? So. But yeah, these torpedoes are wicked awesome. They've, you're shooting 5 torpedoes per launcher, 2 on each side, and then they go 13.5 kilometers standard, I think. So you're pretty much shooting halfway across the map, right? So we can shoot through zones right off the bat, and I think that's what in the that clip in the very beginning. That's kind of what that Brisbane was trying to do was just get torpedoes through the zone. Because there was quite a few ships, on our allied team by us. So yeah, but yeah, you don't want to put yourself at risk when you do that, right? So we'll head towards cover here. So this is kind of my play style with this type of ship, right? I'm always gonna hug islands. Basically, I'm always gonna kind of bounce between them for the most part, right? So we're coming up on this one here, and we're gonna turn in. And that way we won't take bullets from whatever is over on the other side, right? So yeah, And then we can get this Worcester finally. And then something's spotting us, so I'm gonna guess there's probably destroyers either coming through from Zone C or they can see us through Zone C. You can see smoke screen over there. Yep, there they are. And we actually kind of thought that that might happen, so we sent those torpedoes over there. We'll see if we have any luck with those, but that would be pretty sweet. And then yeah, we're already up to 10 grand damage, so this is, they're the smaller shells, they fly high and take forever to get there and it's hard to aim, blah blah blah, but you can shoot a lot, so you can do some decent damage. And then yeah, but the torpedoes honestly are like kind of where it's at, and so we get a devastating strike on that Sumner there. It's kind of nice that we hit the Sumner and not the German destroyer there, because he's weaker. So now I don't know what he's thinking, but he just comes out and starts, like any other paid actor, starts sailing broadside. I'm not even sure. It's like he doesn't even know we're here, but like we're spotted. Like, so yeah. So just a matter of time before one of these bullets hits and finishes him off here. I'm like, come on. Like, I know he's little, he's tough to hit, but yeah, there we go. So that gets us unspotted, and then we'll continue to kind of pick on this Worcester or whatever else comes around the corner here. We're a little concerned about the battleships in Zone A, but I imagine our destroyers are doing, a decent job with those guys, so we'll have to see. Yeah, he's still got some health too.
Problem solved.
Key there, just stay unspotted, right? And then like we got this little dip in the land here. Maybe we can hit this Iwami. Probably not. It's worth a try. Reload super quick, like who cares, right? So I'll trip the radar, and then we can see who else is in there, right? So there's no more destroyers, so there's no sense in conserving it, right? So if anything, maybe our destroyer can finish off that battleship, that Heisen back there. But I was kind of hoping that I could, and then I moved, and my cursor just moved too quick, right? I was like, dang it. But yeah, so this Iwami, like, I don't know what he's thinking, but like he knows there's a destroyer out here. I mean, unless he's really, he's got the destroyer spotted, I guess. So maybe he's really motivated to hunt down our destroyer. But we send all our torpedoes at him, at least from that side. And then I'm swinging back around thinking like maybe I would have to dump some more, like, send the ones from the other side. But like as I'm looking at it, I'm like, nah, it's not going to be necessary. He's going to be done for. And so we'll get another devastating strike with the Brisbane. So we'll have to put that one in our compilations again. But yeah, so I'll try and remember to put a link in the description to my devastating strike video, but it's pretty good. And I do have it in the if you go to my channel, if you go to the community section, I do have that video kind of posted in there as a post too. So I think if I've had like some really epic games or moments or videos that I like to highlight, I'll make a post with them and put them in that community section. But so yeah, so we'll continue to pick on whoever we can here, right? And then of course, we're really going into the hugging the island strategy by just ramming this one here. So we'll get ourselves situated back around, and we'll be a little bit more aggressive now too, right? Because we've got them pretty significantly outnumbered with ships. You guys know my play style. If it's this kind of scenario, I like to YOLO it and just go out there. So we'll go in and see if we can't get the A capture while we go after this Worcester. He keeps going unspotted, which is like, he probably doesn't have anything to shoot at either. Then he probably can't see anything either by hiding back there. So there's not much you can do, right? Like, and then yeah, battleship way out there on the other side. We do have our radar. So radar is a little bit, I think it's like 9 or 10 kilometers for this thing. I think you might get a little bit more out of it. You might get 10. I'm always like forgetful of like everyone's like exact ranges, and then if you've got commander mods or whatever, it's gonna change it up even more, right? But so we might be able to pick him up from the A cap. That's my plan anyway, right at this moment. And then that battleship's heading this way, so unfortunately we'll probably get spotted when we start, if we're able to shoot at the Worcester. Okay, so now we can see he's at 11 kilometers. I switched to AP just because he's so broadside. And then it looked like he's still moving backwards, but I'm gonna guess he's gonna push forward now that he's, yeah. I should have assumed that. I hate when I assume and then they don't do it, and then I don't assume and then they do, you know, like in classic fashion, right? Yeah, so he is, yeah, he's 9.5 kilometers away. So we'll take some shots at this curve first while we try to sneak into the zone here, and then of course I wasn't turning too broadside to the curve first because I didn't want to take shots from him, but then I noticed he was, you know, he's not looking this way. So then I tried to get it in there, and then yeah, of course I was too slow and too late, right? So, but yeah, we'll pick on him. See if we can't trigger some fires. Oh, we could get another shot on this Worcester here. Let's do it. He keeps lighting us on fire. How do you like it? He's like, I love it. Do it. And then, yeah, so I'm going to trip the radar, and that's going to pick him up, and then we'll see if we can't get some shots in here. See if we can't make this a 4-kill game. I almost, it matters, but I almost used the damage con for that, 1 second of fire left. And yeah, our radar ran out. Somebody's gonna pick him up though. We got a destroyer out there. We got, you know, another cruiser coming up behind us. So we'll see if we can't get this shot, because this is perfect positioning for it, right? Come on, baby. Yes. Gotcha. Almost 100,000 damage for that game. That's not half bad. We'll see where we end up on the XP board, the leaderboard here, and the team results. Ooh, second place. So the Z44 on our team beat us out by almost 400 XP. Even though he only had 1 kill, that just goes to show that just accomplishing objectives and stuff is just as important, if not more important, right? We'll go through how we have the commander loadout. So I think this one you get this commander either with the campaign, or I think he comes with the campaign, but if not, I've just recently acquired him. So I assumed he was kind of meant for this this ship, but all of there's so many perks in here that are, including the base trait is smoke screen related. So of course I don't pick any of those because we don't have smoke screen. So you would, if you were going that route, you'd have to rely on getting in someone else's smoke screen. So I guess if you wanted to get lucky and be close to someone using a smoke screen, or if you were playing in a division, right? But so I didn't pick any of those just because, that's me. But yeah, so we have a lot of, shell range and accuracy and fire damage and stuff like that, right? So then yeah, since I don't use AP too much, I'm not picking that perk there. But yeah, more shell grouping, and yeah. And then of course, yes, I'm using fully packed. I'm almost always using fully packed for my commander legendary perk or mod, whatever you want to call it. But I do think if you find yourself not using up your consumables, probably the refill station or one of the other ones probably a better choice there, right? But that is our video for today, guys. Thank you so much. We'll yeah, like I said, I wanted to get one more Brisbane video out there before the end of the campaign. So yeah, if you're interested in, and then the winter event ends as well. So if you're interested in the Ohio, the Analt, or whatever else is out there for winter stuff, some Commander Geises, make sure you spend those winter currencies, because I'm pretty sure they'll change them for next year. It's not like you can save them and roll them over into a different event, right? So go ahead and spend them. And then, yep, make sure to follow the channel. We do, and by we I mean it's just really me, but I am trying to do World of Warships videos every single day, so that way you don't miss one. So thanks for watching all the way through, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.